Skinner finds the back of the net for the first time in 5 games. Jeff Skinner, by the way, now up to 15 goals on the season. Wouldn't be the least bit surprised now if he finishes with 18 or 19, and it's kind of like, hey, considering where this season was at some point, the fact that he's now even turned this into a 15-goal campaign. Back in December, that did not feel like it was going to happen at all. But Jeff Skinner has a good nose for the net, gets to a good spot, and gets rewarded with, call it a lucky bounce if you want, but this is one of those things, Liam. Remember we talked about this 3 weeks ago. The Oilers were not creating traffic. They were not going to places where they could get second chance opportunities, where they could get these lucky bounces. If I'm Chris Knobloch, I'm watching a guy like that and Jeff Skinner, and I'm going, okay, you show a willingness to go to the net. You show a willingness to hold on to the puck in the offensive zone and make smart plays. Like, why would you not want this guy in the playoff lineup?
Yeah, totally. And I think, too, like, he only played 13:30 yesterday, but that would have been over 15 minutes if he didn't miss a couple of shifts there. And if you look back, it looks like he is being relied upon a little bit more as well. And establishing line mates in Mark and Brown, I know it doesn't look like the most encouraging line mates for him, but it works, and that's what matters the most. And I was thinking about this last night after we did you put out the boards of like what the UFA players could look like for the Oilers. I wonder if they would consider it more than they would have like 2 or 3 months ago of bringing him back, and if he would have too. And I don't want to put a money value on it because I don't know what to speculate on it, but like, you spend so much time this season trying to get this guy to like establish player in your lineup, getting him into your system, like, say, hey, Jeff, you want another year? We'll give you 3.5 now, let's just say. And, like, we'll come back. You know the system now. We know we can rely on you. Hypothetically, you have a good playoff run. I think it's probably a decent player to want to bring back. What do you think?
My counter to that would be we did the exercise yesterday, and they're probably only going to have about $4 million if they buy out Evander Kane.
Yeah.
I have a hard time believing Skinner's going to outperform Trent Frederic in the eyes of this organization in the playoffs. I know Mulick says like Arvidsson and Skinner getting hot at the right time would be unreal. And I also think Mulick made a really good point above that when he said Skinner could have easily been a 25-30 goal scorer this year if he was given any sort of opportunity. Absolutely. If Jeff Skinner would have been saddled with McDavid from day one and they would have done what we talked about where it's like, hey, smartest player in the world, elite finisher, figure this shit out. You guys get all training camp in the first 10 games of the regular season. I do think this whole season plays out differently for Jeff Skinner. I just don't see a scenario where he's back next year because if the playoff run goes well, it probably means Trent Frederic plays a pretty big role. And if that happens, they choose Frederic over Skinner every day of the week. And I would too.
I just wonder... Like, I just think back to the Matt Duchene thing. And Matt Duchene had a way better season than what Jeff Skinner's having with Dallas.
30-plus goals.
In his first season, yeah. He had 25 goals, 40 assists, 65. But then he signed another one-year deal for $3 million. Like, I just wonder if he sees it as, like, an environment like, hey, this is my best opportunity to win a Stanley Cup. And, hey, if he comes back again and cap going up, all that, maybe it is $3 million. I don't know. Whatever it is. I could see him as a possibility more than I could have, like I said, around Christmas time.
Yeah, I just don't think the money's going to work.
What's up, Nation citizens? If you like that video, then you need to be subscribed to the Oilers Nation YouTube. Podcasts, live shows, exclusive interviews, and analysis. Everything you need from your favorite voices at Oilers Nation. And you don't want to miss any of it, so hammer that subscribe button.